What I want you guys to understand is that a credit score is all made up, is all make believe based upon these the data points from these lenders. These lenders are pulling your consumer report, what's on your consumer report, and you guys will see that no matter where you go, each credit monitoring system or each lender will have a different credit score for you guys. And so don't get too stuck up upon the credit score once again, but let's focus upon what's on our consumer report. So there is 6 data points that I do love to cover and break down for all of my newbies and people new to consumer law and or just the credit space as a whole. The first one is having 100% payment history. See, what I want you guys to understand is that 35% of your consumer report is payment history. The second one would be your utilization. So let's say we do got a credit card or we're added on to our parents' credit card as an authorized user, right? If you guys don't know about authorized users yet, I definitely would get in tune and start learning about authorized users. Authorized users are things that can help aid your report. It can help your report, with the payments. It can help with the utilization go down. But the utilization, let's say we have $1,000 credit card, we want to have that below 10%. I know typically they've told us that we want to keep it below 30%, which isn't affecting our report, but it's also not helping our consumer report. What's going to positively help our consumer report is keeping it between 2 to 8%. That's going to positively help build out our report. So that's the second one. The third one, and that's 30% of your report. So that already right there is 65% of your consumer report. So these are the data points that these lenders are looking at. And so if you guys don't, line up and meet these requirements, they're going to go ahead and they're going to give you guys a harder time on acquiring lines of credit. Granted, we know with consumer law, we cannot be denied credit. And if we are denied credit, we'll simply break down the FCRA. The definition of an adverse action will also break down because the definition of adverse action defines that we can only be denied employment and insurance. Nowhere in the definition of adverse action, which is the letter that they actually send you after you've been denied, is called an adverse action letter. Nowhere in the term adverse action does it talk about a denial of credit. And so this is where the deception comes from. This is where the false and misleading representation comes from. And so it's very important to get in tune with consumer law so that we do know how to exercise our rights and acquire the things in which we are granting these corporations in the first place. Without us, these corporations are not able to extend credit. We're the ones who is granting them the right to therefore extend credit. So in essence and in reality, we are the creditor. These corporations are corpse. They're pieces of paper. If I were to show you guys my LLC right now, it's simply a piece of paper. And that's all that these corporations are. And corporations cannot speak, they cannot breathe, they cannot see, they cannot hear, they cannot touch, and they cannot feel. We as a natural person can do every single one of those things. And we are and always have been the creditor. In fact, in Deuteronomy 15, it states, "You will lend to many nations but borrow from none." Right? We are the lender in every single transaction. Now on to the third step, right? The third one is your age of credit, right? How aged is your guys' credit? We want to have at least 3 to 5 years of credit history. The fourth one is we want to have 10 open accounts, and this circles back to the step one, the data point number one. Data point number one is your payment history, right? So 10 open accounts is going to help with our payment history and show how well we are with paying off these lines of credit. Number 5 is we want to have 2 to 3 inquiries, right? The more inquiries we have, it's going to put us at higher risk because it's going to make it seem as if we need these lines of credit, right? Number 6 is 0 derogatory accounts. And this is where consumer law does come in play because understanding consumer law, we are able to go out and get anything removed from our consumer report, whether it's derogatory, whether it's delinquent, right, there, aka negative, or whether it is even in good standing, right? I've had many students go out and remove student loans which are in good standing from their consumer report. And so it doesn't matter whether it's an open account in good standing or whether it's a closed account that is derogatory, we can get it removed with consumer law. And so that's what we're going to dive into here next. And so if you guys are looking to get that free audit, just go ahead and text the 305 number or message in the Discord, I'm looking to get the free audit. Just message that to me or message that in Discord, the Discord chat in Billionaires Club or in the mob chat. Um, from there or outside of there, you guys can also text the 305 number down below in the description. So this is actually what an audit is going to look like from our company. We're going to break down in simple terms your report, what your score is, what's on your report that's reflecting the score to look as such. We're going to break down the derogatory accounts. We're going to let you know if you have any public records. We'll break down the inquiries, and then we'll break down your part in the process, and then we'll break down our part in the process and how we can speed it up. And so that's the audit and what it will look like a little bit. There's some more information in there as well too, but I don't want to give you guys, that client's personal information. And so the first step that we want to take when it comes to understanding consumer law is we want to understand the congressional findings, right? We want to understand congressional findings of each subchapter, right? So I didn't just hop into consumer law and start going through every single law that I had heard. Per deletion of inquiry, yes, we can get these accounts not only removed, but we can get $1,000 per inquiry. I didn't right away hop into the civil liability code that informed me that I'm able to get $1,000 per inquiry. That's like me looking to run and sprint before I can even crawl. We got to get down the basics and the fundamentals and the foundation before anything. If there's no foundation, I promise you, what you guys are looking to build and create, it will crumble and it will fall. And when it falls and when you guys don't get the desired outcome that you guys are looking to get right away, you guys are going to quit. So we got to get the basics and the foundation down to truly understand the power that we hold as a consumer. And so I always like to start you guys off by going in and understanding congressional findings. So this is what Congress found, right? Congressional findings and statement of purpose. So it's a statement and not a declaration of purpose because Congress is leaving up to us to go out and investigate, the violations upon our consumer report. So the FCRA is the first place that you guys will look for your guys' consumer report and getting anything removed from your consumer report. The FCRA starts at 15 USC 1681, and it states accuracy and fairness of credit reporting. So it states here that Congress makes the following findings. I'm not going to read through all of them. I'm going to read through the first one, and I'm going to leave this up to you guys to go out and do the rest of the reading for yourself. I got videos and I got not videos. I got printed out documents of these codes and where I've gone through and highlighted these multiple times, wrote down what each word means from Black's Law Dictionary. I've really dissected them. And if you guys are looking to get a great breakdown of all of each one of these subchapters, join the mob. It's $25 a month on the YouTube channel. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It's on my YouTube channel, so you guys can go to CreditGotti right next to the notification bell, which you guys all should have on because we're going live every single month, every single day this month. Right next to it, you guys are able to get access to our membership level. And so it talks about the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. Right away, that should show you guys the power that we have. To be dependent upon something means that it's not able to live without it. A fish is dependent upon water. Babies are dependent upon their mother and their mother's breast milk. Without that, they're not able to survive. The banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. Right? If we think about fairness really quick, right? Fairness, if me and my guy Q Smith, right, we got a pizza and we are sharing this pizza. A lot of you guys, and we're cutting it right in half. A lot of you guys may think that it is fair simply because we're cutting it in half. But you couldn't be further from the truth because, and it's not fair at all to me because I'm plant-based. My guy Q Smith may not be plant-based. I'm not sure if he is or if he's not. But let's say for this example, he's not. There's pepperoni all on the pizza. There's some sausage on it. And there are some veggies on it as well too. But me, I'm not going to just pick up the sausage and the pepperoni because it's already done soaked into the cheese. And furthermore, I don't eat cheese. All right, so let's say we split it in half. It's not fair to me. Granted, yes, we split in half, but I'm plant-based and I'm not going to eat that. So it's not fair, right? So what I'm getting at with this is And that's why Congress made it very clear that it's a statement of purpose. You define what's fair. You define what is of value to you guys, right? The definition of accuracy is the measure of value. So if it's not of value to you, that's inaccurate. So we got to understand the true definitions and etymology of these words that we're using, and that's within just congressional findings alone. So the banking system, in essence, is dependent upon our credit, fair and accurate credit reporting. Now, if I come here and if I keep reading through this real quick, inaccurate credit reports directly impair the efficiency of the banking system, and unfair credit reporting methods undermine the public confidence, which is essential to the continued function of the banking system. So I want to take you guys here really quick to the Federal Reserve website. Here on the Federal Reserve website, federalreservehistory.org, we're going to be talking about, the Emergency Banking Act of 1933. And within